What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today's review is going to be for the new A24 thriller, The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers, the man who brought us The Witch, and it stars Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. The film is set in the late 1800s, and we follow two characters played by Pattinson and Dafoe who are stuck on a lighthouse island. These two are both fishermen who work on this lighthouse island, and trust issues start to blossom. And as it grows and grows, insanity awaits. Robert Eggers is back once again, directed an A24 film, and with The Witch that came out a few years ago, that movie was very divisive. There are people who absolutely love it and praise it to be one of the best horror films this decade, and then there's the side of people absolutely hating it. They think it's highly overrated. I actually watched The Witch for the first time just yesterday to prepare for myself going into The Lighthouse, and I'm on the positive side. I think it's a really good horror movie, very well acted by Anya Taylor-Joy, and the rest of the cast. I thought it felt realistic in its depiction of family tragedy. I was very excited to see this movie. I love the trailer for it, the concept, the black and white feel of this movie, in that it just felt like something creative. The Lighthouse is one of my favorite films of the year. It's insane, it's weird, it's crazy, and it's bonkers, and it knows exactly what it is. And that's why I really enjoyed this movie. Not everyone's gonna love this movie. It's A24, guys. It's a very divisive studio. There are people who hate this studio, they love this studio, mixed opinions all around, but I'm on the positive side, so let's go to the positives first. Willem Dafoe is definitely my favorite part of this whole movie. I think this is one of Dafoe's best performances he has ever given in his career. Dafoe is mainly known as a supporting character, but once he really takes on a lead character, the guy gives it his all, and he does in this movie. Robert Pattinson, another guy who's been in an A24 film before, Good Time, that's one of Pattinson's best performances as of recently. And here, I think this is one of Pattinson's best performances he's ever given. He's the character you see the film through, his emotions, and how he reacts to Willem Dafoe's commands. He's the character we're following, but he does want to punch somebody in the face sometimes. There's a lot of pirate stuff in this movie. It does feel a little like SpongeBob, but that gritty realism to it. And I love how Robert Eggers really dived into the relationship between these two men, the untrustworthiness of these men, and how they just go at each other's necks in the movie, and when they're just having fun being drunk and just dancing and just drinking until they pass out. The moment you watch this movie, and when I watched this movie, I felt like I was watching a 1930s, 1920s film with the black and white cinematography. All the camera shots look great of the lighthouse, and the shots of Pattinson walking around doing work. Also, the sound mixing is fantastic in this movie. With all the lighthouse sounds it does make, these types of sounds get unnoticed, and people should listen to these types of sounds. And I definitely look for that when I'm watching a big film. The story in this movie is what really drives the movie around, and if you understand the messages of what the movie is trying to say, the hidden themes within the plot is definitely something I connected with. The film is just about two men stuck on one location, a freaking lighthouse island. They feel like nobody can save them, really, and it's just them they have to deal with. Each other. And once it goes to the third act, it's a rewarding experience if you're invested in the plot. Now, I only had one issue with this movie, and it's that the first act, the first 20 minutes of this movie, little uninteresting and boring. Once the film starts off, I was uninterested, but then once the 30-minute mark entered in, then it locked me in. In the end, guys, The Lighthouse really satisfied me. I really love this movie. It is weird, crazy, out there, I know, guys, but it totally worked for me. Love Pattinson, love Dafoe in this film, and I hope it gets a good amount of love at the Oscars. We'll see how much it wins, though. On my rating scale, I am going to give The Lighthouse a 4.5 out of 5 stars. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on The Lighthouse. Have you guys seen The Lighthouse yet? Is it in your area yet? If it's not, definitely wait to see this movie. I highly recommend it. And if you have seen The Lighthouse, let me know what you thought of it. Did you love it like me? Did you think it was okay? Or did you absolutely hate it, guys? Let's talk about it down below in the comments. My Jojo Rabbit review should be coming out once that hits my local theater, as well as look out for my reviews for Countdown and Black and Blue. Thank you guys as always for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see ya in the next review. Bye-bye!